Coming up next, everybody's favorite classic rock band, AC/DC! So, if any of you have been following for any length of time, you know one of my most favorite features aboard our last two Sea Rays have been that onboard fridge. But look, this one ain't got one. Yeah, it still has the old Icemaker, which we will never use because we're never going to use the water that comes out of these pipes for anything other than cleaning. I've told you that before. And besides, this is only AC powered, so shore power basically. If we're not hooked up to shore power or running the generator continuously, this Icemaker will not function, not even as a fridge. So it's out of here, and I am going to be replacing it with a brand new Dometic AC DC dual voltage fridge that we can use as a fridge, whether we're hooked up to shore power as we are today, or when we're underway and staying at a lock or an anchorage or anything else, because then we will have power to it all the time. So the first thing I gotta do is remove this old Icemaker. Should be pretty straightforward. Actually, I think I just might I might take that door off the hinge just so it's out of the way, or not. We'll see. But from what I can see, there's maybe 4 screws holding it in place, and it looks like somebody put silicone all around there, so I just got to cut that out and pull it out, and it should be just plugged into a regular receptacle back there. Okay, as I said, 4 screws, maybe a couple extra, but we'll see how that works out. Just short 1-inch Phillips head wood screws. Now let me see if there's any screws down below. I don't think so. Oh, well, that was pretty difficult now, wasn't it? Just set this and just start pulling. Now there's going to be a water line hooked up back here too. Now that water line is shut off. It should be. Yeah, she's off. Man, this freaking thing's heavy. When I say heavy, I mean a lot heavier than I had anticipated. Look at that. 370. 643 scratched out. No, 644. So I'm thinking that I should know this by now, that this is hull number 644 on this boat. Let's go inside and see what we can see. I already saw it, but I'm going to show it to you. Okay, this is that not too terrible dirty space. It's the outside of the hull. Again, this is the port side of the boat. And then looking up, see there's the receptacle where the fridge plugs in. And then the water line, which probably just a 1/4 inch quick connect here, which I will disconnect because it is shut off. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna just disconnect this line, or cut it, unplug this baby, and then she should come right out. Okay. Spare pliers, I'm gonna cut that line. Excuse me, a 1/4 inch line. Hopefully unplug it. Easy peasy. I'm sure somewhere in the instructions it says, do not lift this appliance by the plug, but sometimes you just have to work with what you got, you know what I'm saying? Now, there we go. Oh yeah, baby. This freaking thing's got to weigh 70 pounds. I'm walking outside. That wasn't completely ridiculous. Let me grab this light again. Thanks for the light, Paul. boating neighbor of ours was good enough to gift that thing to me. It's come in handy. Been using it a lot the last few days. So here we are. I'm just going to clean this out. I think I'll have to remove that. I'm not sure. I'm just going to make some rough measurements, see how wide this opening is. This opening definitely has to be trimmed back so that the fridge will fit. But I'm going to make some quick measurements and then clean that out. And then I have to get the fridge and bring it over here and see how it fits. So I took out this bracket that was sitting back here. Obviously some sort of like a stop. So I won't need that because I was just doing some quick measuring from the unit that I have at home. And I'm going to have to cut this out anyways because it's going to go, maybe half, 3/4 of an inch from that top line that I have to cut this out. And it's showing exactly this whole width. So I have to have the fridge here to get my final measurements and see if I can take that flange off. I don't know. We'll see it when it gets here. But as you can tell, I gave this a nice vacuum cleaner and a good wipe down with Pine Sol, and it's all nice and clean now. Of course, that's going to be a waste of time because as soon as I start cutting into this gel coat, it's going to be dusty everywhere. But that's okay. It's all part of the job. Hello and welcome to the next day. As you can see, I have the new Dometic fridge on board. And so my next job is going to be just cut out that opening. Well, first of all, I'm going to measure the opening. No, I'm going to measure the fridge to get the exact measurements, mark it out on this existing opening where the Icemaker was, and just start cutting. I got my hippy dippy zippy tool, oscillating, an awesome oscillating saw, which I'm going to use for that. So no, I'm not going to film myself cutting that because I need both hands, one to operate the saw and the other one on the shop vac, because I anticipate this is going to be a very dusty job. So I'm going to close everything up. I don't want my cameras out here getting full of all the fine dust. I'm going to have hard enough time just cleaning up after the fact. So I'm going to cut that out now, get rid of that debris, and then I have to run to the hardware store for one more item that I did not yet pick up. So that's just to hook up the DC side. Again, the the AC side, the shore power side, is just a receptacle, which I think I have sitting in here somewhere. So it's just a regular plug, basically the same as you would have on a computer or any modern devices like a TV. So that just plugs into the fridge and plugs in to that receptacle, and then that is done. But I do have to hook up my DC circuit, and I'll show you what I'm going to do there, and then that'll be it. Hopefully the hole will be cut correctly. Push it in, screw it in, turn it on, and maybe put some cold beverages in there. Maybe put some beverages in there to help them chill. Yeah, so after all of that fooling around, cutting out and moving out and recombobulating everything, I'm very happy to say that the fridge is in and it is running. I got the DC side hooked up directly to the battery. Yes, there's a fuse in between, the recommended fuse size from the manufacturer, as well as I have a switch in here. So I can shut it right off if I need to service it or disconnect it for whatever reason. So I have a standalone switch for that, so I can disconnect it from DC power, as well as there is a fuse in line. So pretty straightforward job, much as I expected. I didn't expect it to be so hot and sweaty by the time it was done. Just in real time, this project was done over 3 separate days. Didn't take me 3 days, but one day to do this, one day to do that, one day to do that. Because remember, a lot of times I'm just doing this in the evenings or on the weekends when I have the chance. So yeah, I'm very happy that we got that in. And given the fact that it's so hot, I think it is perfect time to test it. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Nice reach. What the heck is going on here? Looks like Anchor Girl stocked this fridge. Hold on. Oh, they're nicey shivering. Look at that. Yeah, see, Anchor Girl stocked her beverages right at the front. Don't worry, my Corona lights are back there. I just want to show you that this thing has a little LED light. This is how you control it. That's your actual manual steps to the thermostat light, obviously when the door comes on. And this thing has a full-on separate freezer compartment. And yes, Anchor Girl has taken that all up with ice. She actually makes ice cubes in here. She's got little 3 little ice cube trays, so she's all happy about that. So when we travel, we won't be without ice. Now I just got it. I just got to reconfigure this just a little bit. There it is. There we go. And yes, no, I know. I'm leaving this here on purpose for when our son shows up, because since he was a kid, he's like, peel the plastic. So I'm going to let him do that when he gets here. That'll be fun for him. But in the meantime, yeah. So, all in all, a happy ending to this job for my ACDC fridge. Now we're ready to travel, because we'll have that fridge and all of its contents with us when we're on the road. Alrighty, again, folks, I hope you understand that I never in my life drink and drive. So when you see me go on one of these, it's always shut down, tied up for the day. So I hope you take that all in jest. But yes, I do enjoy an ice cold Corona Light at the end of a very hot day like today. So that's it. Simple, straightforward, and that's pretty much all I have to show you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and look for more down in my how I did it projects. Remember, folks, this isn't a how-to, it's a how I did it. So right, wrong, or indifferent, that's how I do it. So I'm going to crack the top on this one and say cheers. We'll see you in the next one.